Hey guys, Josh back again with another graphic novel review. This week I'm reviewing Doctor Who Adventures with the 10th Doctor Volume 1 titled Revolutions of Terror. If you haven't read this yet and you want to avoid any potential spoilers, you're going to want to skip this video and come back later because everything I say from this point forward is going to be a spoiler. Okay, Doctor Who Adventures with the 10th Doctor Volume 1 actually consists of two story arcs. The first is Revolutions of Terror, and the second is The Arts in Space. Overall, the book compiles issues 1 through 5. As far as the Doctor Who timeline, these stories take place sometime during David Tennant's last year as the Doctor, I think probably before the episode The Waters of Mars, because after that Doctor, the 10th Doctor, became a much darker Doctor. He had his dark moments earlier, of course, but after that he became much darker. But the Doctor in the comic is much lighter than the Doctor we saw near the end of his cycle. Okay, art. The art is absolutely wonderful. Artist Elena Casagrande can seriously draw the 10th Doctor. She captures every idiosyncrasy and all of his signature expressions. You look at David Tennant, the 10th Doctor, on the screen, and that's the Tennant you get on the page. And the monsters are great. They're kind of creepy yet cheesy in a way only Doctor Who monsters can be. Overall, I gave the art a score of 9 out of 10. It was fantastic. Moving on to voice and dialogue. The writer, Nick Abadzis, I really hope I pronounced that correctly, he gets the 10th Doctor. You can just hear David Tennant's voice as if you're reading the page, you can hear the 10th Doctor saying these words. None of it comes off as overly goofy, as can happen in comic books. And for those reasons, I gave voice and dialogue a 9 out of 10. And story, as I mentioned before, Volume 1 consists actually of two story arcs. The first arc is Revolutions of Terror, and the monsters are cerebrivores, and what they do is they turn a person into their own worst fear, into this grotesque personification of their own worst fears, and it projects outwardly. And these cerebriforms, they feed on the fear generated by that. They feed on the fear of the person who has become their worst fear, and they feed on the fear of those around them who are watching this grotesque thing wreak havoc. And it's such a Doctor Who monster. It's fantastic. And while battling the cerebriforms, the Doctor meets Gabby Gonzalez, and she eventually becomes his new companion. And I absolutely love Gabby Gonzalez as a companion. She is quickly climbing the ladder into my list of favorite Doctor Who companions of all time. In the second arc in Volume 1, The Arts in Space, the Doctor, as a reward to Gabby for helping him defeat the cerebriforms in Revolutions of Terror, he decides to take her on one trip, and of course things just totally go awry. The great part about The Arts in Space, though, is it's told very much from Gabby's perspective. We get peeks into her journal, and we get an insight into how her mind works in a way that we generally don't get from companions in Doctor Who. And those little insights, I would say, were my favorite parts of Volume 1. Story, I'm going to give that a score of 9 out of 10. Okay, highlights of the book. For me, Gabby's journal, absolutely the best part of Volume 1, particularly where she's talking about what she thinks TARDIS means. I'm going to have to read it. The TARDIS, which stands for Threshold and Ridiculous Domain of Insanity and Super Cool. Okay, maybe not. I guess we'll have to ask him again what it really stands for. When the TARDIS blasts off, it makes a noise like an elephant and a piano bringing sexy back. That just gives you something of an idea of Gabby Gonzalez's personality. I love Gabby Gonzalez. I think she's awesome. Problems with the book? I just thought it was too short. It only compiled 5 comics. I think if it had done 6 or 7, if maybe The Arts in Space had been a little bit longer, I would have liked to spend more time in that story. I guess the fact that I just thought it wasn't long enough is probably a good sign that it's a good high quality story, it's a good high quality book with high quality art. total score for Volume 1 is 9 out of 10. If you're a Whovian and you're jonesing for some Doctor Who, you're waiting for the next series to air, which is not going to be for a while, and you haven't checked out the comics, seriously, go out and pick up Volume 1. You will not be disappointed. I highly recommend it. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys are reading the Doctor Who comics, let's talk about them down in the comments. I would love to know what you guys think. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please let me know by clicking that like button and subscribe for more reviews. And I really hope to see you next week when I review Star Wars Volume 2, Showdown on Smuggler Moon. I would show you what it looks like, but it's actually not out yet. It doesn't come out till the 26th. I will pick it up then, and then I will review it next Thursday. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.